Hello everyone, wherever you are around the world, it's the Duchess of Monty Shit Show. I hope you're doing well today. It's Tuesday the 30th of August, and the second episode in Meghan's Archetype podcast series has now dropped onto Spotify today. I know I said in my community post that I probably wouldn't make a video about this, but to be honest, I've taken one for the team yet again, so you don't have to. It would be a shame to waste it. Rest assured it'll be over very quickly. So, against all odds, I've given it my all and been a hero by listening to the latest episode of the Archetypes podcast. But was it a sweet, sweet fantasy? Or was it a no-no? Let's find out. See what I did there? So the latest episode is entitled The Duality of Diva with Mariah Carey and stands at 47 minutes long, including the credits, which is 11 minutes less than last week. I do wonder if some last-minute edits were needed so as not to offend any other nations this week. There was also no appearance by Harry. He didn't come in telling Mariah that her hair was a great vibe. So perhaps that's why the episode was shorter. Who knows? So buckle up, kids, because we are going on a wild ride in the DeLorean back to the fall of 1998, where platform heels and butterfly clips were all the rage, Barbie Girl had not long been released, the Spice Girls dominated the pop charts, and a young Meghan Markle was a senior in high school. She'd been watching a show on VH1 called Divas Live in New York City, which showcased performances from 5 absolute powerhouses within the music industry: Aretha Franklin, Celine Dion, Shania Twain, Gloria Estefan, and of course, Mariah Carey. Meghan goes on to admit that she was so in awe of how gorgeous, talented and glamorous these women were, and her classmates were so awestruck by them, that they created their own version of divadom. They named their next school dance Planet Diva. I kid you not. The podcast delves into the history of the word diva, its origins, and what constitutes a diva today. Step forward, Miss Mariah Carey, who announces from the off that you can call her Mariah or Mimi. After a few seconds of verbally kissing each other's butts and talking about Mimi's dogs, we get some real talk going for just a hot second. Mimi talks about her background. When she was poor and from a mixed-race family, she was from a broken home and moved around a lot. She talks about it being a constant struggle to find her place within the world and to fit in. And surprise, surprise, Meghan pipes up to say that she can very much relate. Except that Meghan didn't grow up poor. So the two women spend some time comparing notes on growing up as a biracial woman in a predominantly white area, and as such, not being treated as a black woman, but also not being treated as a white woman. True to form, Meghan periodically drops in her own experiences throughout the podcast, and just as last week, she stated that the focus on her race only became a thing after she started dating her love, Harry. Is anyone else starting to see a pattern emerging here? Mimi went on to speak, virtually uninterrupted, for a couple of minutes about her black father and her mother, who was a white opera singer of Irish descent. She talks about the word diva as being both, in her mind, a compliment and criticism, as the origin of the word was initially used alongside the word prima donna to describe the strong leading lady within an opera, but is now an overused and more normalised derogatory term to negatively describe a strong, powerful woman or boss within showbiz, as if it's not okay to be one. Mimi feels that diva is more now associated with the B word, but openly admits in the podcast that diva for her is a persona, and she definitely and regularly plays up to it. Actress and comedian Amanda Seales and Dr. Mashinka Ferenc Hakopian, a scholar of feminist and media studies, also provide their thoughts on the word diva. They also talk about the origins of the word and the connotations and implications surrounding it, be it positive or negative. I won't lie, it's a lot of wokey word salad with a side order of waffle and a whole dollop of thrown in. Still more interesting than Meghan Markle, though. Back to the 90s we go again, and we hear Meghan and Mimi discussing the end of Mimi's first marriage to Tommy Mottola. He was 20 years her senior and also the CEO of her record label Sony Music. They talk about the video for Mariah's single Honey, and both women agree that art was imitating life, as Mimi felt locked away during her marriage, and the video saw her breaking free from shackles. Her album, entitled Butterfly, was also a pivotal moment in her life because she was leaving behind all the confines of marriage and control. Mariah goes on to say that being a diva is all persona. And the best part of the entire podcast for me, apart from the end, obviously, was that at this point, Meghan jumps in to say that she can't really relate to having a diva persona. And Mariah claps back, "You give us diva moments sometimes, Meghan, don't even act." Meghan then raises her voice a couple of octaves and squeaks, "What kind of diva moments do I give you?" I thought that was absolutely brilliant. And then the conversation was very swiftly moved on. In the battle of the egos, I think it's Mariah 1 and Meghan 0. The other laughable moment was Meghan, who said that people are obviously threatened by a woman who is so secure in who she is. I may be paranoid here, but I took that to be a thinly veiled swipe at the royal family. Or she could have just thrown that out there as a generic statement, and I've misinterpreted it. Who knows? The podcast was rounded off by Meghan talking about herself yet again, and kissing Mariah's tush yet again. Next week's guest is Mindy Kaling. Forgive me if I don't get overexcited at that one. The podcast and the transcript are available to download now on Spotify, or you can wait until masochists like me decide to do it for you. I'm off now to go and stick my head in the microwave. So until next time, guys, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, leave your comments below. Take care and bye-bye for now.